Welcome to Inspire at Random. In this video, I decided to give you guys a different backdrop for the video, so I hope you like it. And I will try to take videos from different places and the upcoming ones just to give more visual variety. But anyway, this video I want to be talking about collapsing timelines in your goal manifestation. Have you ever tried to manifest for something and then along the way you are stuck with obstacles, and usually the obstacle is time, because you may have realized that you've gone further than you ever have before in your journey towards achieving this goal, but you are just running short of time. You find that maybe you need another month, but you only have 2 weeks left. In this video, I want to specifically talk about what collapsing timelines means in your goal manifestation, and I'm going to give you an analogy for that. I am a Mindvalley member, and I am also part of the Regan Hillier's Art of Manifestation program, and right now I'm also going through Wanpa's embodiment program as well. In this video, I want to talk about a concept which Regan Hillier brought up, which is collapsing timelines, and how that can help you to cut short your manifestation timeline and make you on time for your manifestation goal. An example, this morning I was driving, that's my car, the BMW X5, which you see me like speeding around on TikTok sometimes. And so today I was on my way for tennis in the morning. The past 2 Thursdays I have been late for tennis, and I was so annoyed with myself and so annoyed with the traffic. So today I was like, no, I'm not going to be late for today. So I set out a bit earlier. I looked at the map on the GPS. I was like, why am I still going to be late? Because I'm already sending out earlier than usual. So here's the interesting thing. There were red spots on Google Maps. When I went to them, the Google Maps red spots weren't jammed. Google was not aware that the jams weren't there. So the red spots disappeared, and I moved through those red spots. And I was like, this is ridiculous. This is a normal working day. It's not like a public holiday, and I've been down this road before. How could it be possible that the usual morning jam in that direction wasn't there? Okay, this was the first one. This was the first of 3 different collapsing timeline issues. So that immediately shaved off a few minutes. It says, oh, you have this 6-minute congestion ahead, but I was just going right through it. When I went through to another road, like beneath an expressway, on the way to the tennis center as well. Right now it's like 4 lanes, right? But before there were 4 lanes, there were 3. And before there were 3, there were 2. Why? Because they block off 2 lanes to construct the overhead railway track. It was for the longest time 3 lanes. But today, they had opened up the 4th lane. So that again reduced the transportation time. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, how is this even possible? So again, I shaved off even more minutes from transport duration. At this point of time, I want to share with you a mindset that I've been carrying, and this mindset has been one I shared in my previous videos and has served me very, very well. Is that however things may seem, things will inevitably work out in my favor. I'm going to say that again. However things may seem, things will inevitably work out in my favor. Alright, so just etch this into your memory and repeat that with me and make this your life statement too. And it's going to be amazing. You will see it even as soon as today. And let me know in the comments if this is true, that things can very magically change and work out in your favor. Before going on to that final collapse of timelines, I want to talk about it's like, when you are so unreasonably optimistic for your goal, and you know that you absolutely want this, and you know that this is the best for you, and you believe that you deserve it, and you believe that it is done, you will find out ways that it can become possible. Today, even though the 4th lane was open, it did not mean that ahead of me, that what seemed to be a jam was really a jam. Because when I found ways to go around it, I realized that it was merely a accumulation of cars because of a U-turn ahead. And ahead of that U-turn, it was empty. Alright, so this is not the last one. So I went to an intersection after going underneath that the where the train track was constructed, there was a intersection where I needed to turn right. And at that spot, you know, I actually went on the leftmost lane for the turn left side, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a chance of it, because I manifest that there is going to be a pocket of space right in front of the line of go straight and turn right traffic that I can somehow squeeze into. Lo and behold, there was, because a car had just realized that he was in the wrong lane, that he needed to U-turn for me to enter, and some motorcycles were also like just moving forward too. I mean, you know how in Bangkok motorcycles are like, you know, fucking ruffians, and they don't really respect traffic law. So anyway, I was able to tuck myself right in front of the traffic light so I could turn the first. That precisely kept me on time for my tennis session. So I hope this is a great, analogy for how timelines collapse and ultimately serve you for the things that you want to do. These are the synchronicities taking effect. Just going a little bit further on this. Many years ago, I came across, I think his name was David. He gave himself a tagline, the unreasonable optimist. So David, if you're watching this, I hope you're doing well, because this is a really, really good point. Okay, the earlier thing, no matter how things would turn out, you inevitably work out in my favor. This is the first thing. Second thing, the unreasonable optimist. Okay, and I think we should all be unreasonable optimists, because, you know, there's another concept in Regan Hurier's program where it talks about like raising our minimum standard. Like many other people, during COVID, my life got affected as well, right? But like for me, my minimum standard is I want to drive a European car. X5 right there. So like, not the Japanese ones, even though they're more durable. I mean, this just looks cooler, handles better. It makes me feel better myself when I sit into it. When I sit in it, you know, like, even though everything else could have been bad at a certain point of COVID, you know, business wasn't going well, cash flow wasn't good, but I still had my car, right? When I sat in it, I still felt good. And this, like, this is actually the minimum standard. And you know, when you start to raise your minimum standard at different things, like, you know, I need at least this. My kids need to be going to at least private school. Let's say if I want to eat, I need to eat at least this level of dining outlet. And when I wear clothes, of at least this level. So when you raise your minimum standard and be an unreasonable optimist, like, things work out in your favor. Why? Because it's expected. All right, now look into, you may have come across like some rich kids. Like, I come across some videos on Instagram. They're talking about the difference between the rich and the poor. So some of these rich kids, you go by their intelligence, you go by their work ethic, you think that they do not deserve the results that they have. But then again, because they grew up in a rich family, their parents were successful, and they know that when they want to do something, they need to achieve at least a certain result. They expect it, and because of the expectation, they do it. But then again, someone from a poor upbringing could be smart. Yes, they could be diligent, but then again, because the people around them only have a certain result in life, and then they feel that they reject it. All right, finally, I want to bring this to a close. This morning, I nearly beat my regular hitting partner for the second time, but today was the closest as ever, and I realized I could have even beat him. I lost like 9-11, right, in the tiebreak. And how did it even get so close? After the first 5 points in the game, I realized that I could have easily won the first 5, although I only won 2 out of those 5 points. And I realized that I was just micro adjustments away from winning those 5 points. Had I not done this, had I not done that, had I hit this in a slightly different way, I would have won those points. And that made me realize that achievement is built upon achievement, right? And thought is built upon thought. Theories are built upon theories. Facts are built upon facts. If this, therefore this. If that, therefore that. You can engineer a result, right? We can engineer a result. Exactly. So that was what I did. Before I knew it, I was actually leading 8-7 in the tiebreak, right? And I had some errors along the way. And then at some point I realized to myself, like, was it because of self-worth? But was it because I was not feeling that I deserved it? Was it because, like, I was somehow rejecting this result? So I was like, okay, let's accept it. Let's accept that I can be accountable for this result. I won one more point, and unfortunately I got a bit careless and I lost the next 2. But, you know, that was the furthest I got against this hitting partner. I just want to share with you guys my reflection about the collapse in timelines, and also being unreasonably optimistic and also about accepting that it is done, or I am ready for this particular thing or goal. All right, so go out there, go get it, and let me know how it works out for you. Like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.